All right, everybody, welcome to ESL King of the Hill NorCal versus SoCal event, coming to you live from the Burbank studios here in Southern California. I'm James Chen.
Hey, I'm Ultra David. I got to tell you, I'm really excited for this. This is a rivalry that has gone since the beginning of fighting games, which is really the beginning of esports, and that's a 25-year journey.
Yes, it's almost been a quarter century now. And I mean, look, this rivalry is super important to me here, this NorCal versus SoCal rivalry. It's been one of the crux of the fighting game community here in California, and I really honestly believe it's one of the main reasons why California has been so strong in Street Fighter. Because, you know, having this rivalry, having these enemies to go up against forces you to work with your players in your area so that you're part of a team. I mean, this started all the way back in the days of like Jason Cole and Graham Wolf and Jason Nelson and Thomas Osaki from Northern California going up against, you know, Mike Watson, Jeff Schaefer.
Yeah,
and
this is back in 91, 92. I mean,
Tomo
these are very
Ohira.
early.
Yeah, exactly. And so really it was like Tomo and Thomas Osaki going up against each. They were like the main guys going
Tomo
up
from
against.
SoCal.
Yes, and then eventually it kind of shifted over to Valle, Alex Valle, of course, who now everyone knows is the guy who runs Level Up, and John Choi.
From NorCal.
And in fact, one of the biggest first gatherings, you know, Battle by the Bay, that it's a very, very historic gathering.
Yeah.
Grand finals came down between John Choi and Alex Valle. And I remember SoCal, when Alex Valle won that, we were just like, yeah, like everyone was so excited about it. And, you know, this rivalry has continued. NorCal Regionals, SoCal Regionals has always had NorCal versus SoCal rivalries going on in there. And, you know, nowadays it's a little different because, you know, at some point it became really West Coast versus East Coast.
Right. Yeah, the scope started to broaden a little bit. Now we're talking about international stuff as well.
Exactly.
So it's not just NorCal versus SoCal, but you know, if you're not from the region, if you don't know the geography, don't think that we can drive easily to play each other, okay? We're in the same state, but this is a big state, and to get from where we are right now in Burbank to Northern California to the San Francisco Bay Area, that's a good 6 hours. Okay?
Yeah,
That
driving.
Is driving. That is not a quick trip. So it's not the case that we get to play very regularly. And that is part of why there's the rivalry, that we play locally and then we meet up at these big events, or now more often than we used to, but we meet up and we sort of combat and we test.
Right.
And that's something that we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, and that's why it's really exciting to me that ESL chose this theme, you know, to continue this NorCal-SoCal rivalry. And we have a lot of really good players here today. We have some of the best from each, you know, scene representing. And it's kind of interesting because, you know, we are at a point right now where, you know, there's the Trinity and, you know, it's SoCal and NorCal. They're like helping each other and everything like that. But you know what? It doesn't mean that there is no rivalry. Like, these guys still want to beat each other. There's still a lot of California pride. So I'm really excited to see how things are going to play out today and find out who's going to be the first week's King of the Hill.
Let's check out that format. So it's going to be a first to 10 King of the Coast Invitational, NoCal versus SoCal. That's what I'm going to be going with until or unless somebody from Northern California wins. NoCal versus SoCal. And then whoever wins today is going to return next week. And we're going to bring on 2 more players, one from SoCal, one from NoCal, and they will play it out. And we'll see who maintains the title or if we get somebody new instead.
That's right. And this week is a little bit different because we don't have a returning champion. So we're actually going to start out with 2 Southern California players and 2 Northern California players. They'll play each other, and then the NorCal and SoCal winners of those matches will play each other and determine who will be the first week's King of the Hill.
That's right.
So?
That's right. So like I said, it's going to be a first to 10. That means that it could go long. It could go short, up to 19 games potentially. And, you know, given who we have here, we'll talk about the players in just a little bit. That's a strong possibility. Every character's allowed, of course. Beach stage is banned. That's pretty typical for tournament play. Same thing with training stage being banned. Of course, the loser has the option to change the character. It's not going to be character locked, but the winner is obligated to stick with the same character that they won with. Again, pretty typical tournament rules.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about the players that we have here. So you can see right now 2 of the players on the left side over there from Northern California. One, Circa LPN on the top row, a strong player. He's been very, very threatening since Street Fighter 4. And, you know, really is kind of a character a variety. I don't want to call him a character specialist because
Nope.
it sounds like he only uses one character,
Yeah,
but he's
it's
always
opposite
been
of that.
known for playing a lot of different characters. And then also Julio Fuentes, also from NorCal, just recently signed to Team Echo Fox, and a very strong Ken player, previously a very strong Yun player
That's
in
right.
Street Fighter 4. But again, just been performing very, very well and consistently for this Capcom Pro Tour year.
Yeah, and Commander Jesse for Southern California, the Dalsum player. In SF4, he was very strong too. Dalsum towards the end, played Sakura before that. There was some Chun in there. But he has been going hard on Sim throughout SF5 so far, since the game has come out, and he's become one of the strongest players doing so.
And thanks to his performance at Brooklyn Beatdown, kind of going a little Hollywood these days.
Yeah, getting out to more places. That's really nice to see. We're also seeing EVB Chris Tatarian showing up to more places, and that's really great to see because towards the end of SF4, I feel like he became one of the strongest players in the U.S., and it's been that way in SF5, where he's been a major threat everywhere he goes.
Yeah, could be considered, if not the strongest, one of the strongest from SoCal right now.
For sure.
And as I mentioned, that is an interesting torch to carry because, you know, with names like Tomo and Thomas Osaki, you know, Mike Watson, Alex Fai, John Choi, that's a pretty hefty, hefty title to bear.
Many of those players have been the best in the country, and at some things have been the best in the world in the past. And now, one of the cool things about the California rivalry, the SoCal, the NoCal, and all the players that we have in this big state, is that many of them do have that ability to be one of the best in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are, and I feel like they're continuing that torch.
Yeah, absolutely. But as we mentioned earlier, the format's going to start with SoCal versus SoCal and NoCal versus NoCal. So we are going to start with the first matchup here, and that is going to be the SoCal matchup. So that is going to be Chris Tatarian going up against Commander Jesse. And remember, these two players very familiar with each other. They play each other all the time at the Wednesday night fights. So we're going to see a lot of familiarity between these two guys.
Yeah, I would expect it to be Ken versus Dalsum. I think that's what we're looking for here. That's what they've both been maining pretty consistently. We saw before this thing started that there was some Nash coming out of Chris, but I expect it to be Ken.
Yep. And there you see them positioned on the King of the Hill couch, ready to get this match underway. And again, this is going to be King of the Hill, King of the Coast edition. You can see right now, of course, as we mentioned, Ken versus Dalsum. Now, it's interesting because this is one of those matchups that, you know, when this game first came out, like maybe first week, first 2 weeks, one of the first things that Chris said was, man, Ken can't beat Dalsum at all.
Yeah,
this is impossible.
That's what he said.
And then it turns out that all Dalsum players hate this matchup. This is a bad match for Dalsum.
Yeah, I think on the first night there was the Wednesday night fights. He and I had that conversation, and it was just after he beat F-Champ before. Well, he lost to him before that.
Right.
And he thought it was a loss, but I think as we've gone on, it's been pretty clearly the opposite. So, all right, here we go. It's the first one for King of the Hill.
And yeah, immediately you see Chris trying to get it, and that's going to be the game, right? You can see Ken take 60% damage at the start of the round, and then he gets in one time, and Dalsum will just melt, basically.
Yeah, look, Dalsum always lives on the edge of a knife in every game. You have to keep the opponent out, and if you don't, it's going to be bad news for you. In this game, he can play offense, too. We're seeing that right now. The nice little frame trap as he approaches.
And that's really nice, too, because it's important to point out because that's what Jesse likes to do. In fact, I sometimes almost feel like he's too aggressive for his own good.
Oh, that was super good.
Wow.
The roundhouse hurricane to maybe whiff punish? I'm not sure. Okay, he's got huge frame advantage now.
Baits out the throw. Yep, there it is.
What were we talking about before? If Ken gets in? Yes. Oh, hold on. No, not quite dead. He gets the link.
And just, oh, God. Good throw, good throw.
Big time frame advantage. Yes.
Baits it out. Great first round for Jesse, and I will say this, Jesse is really good at using Dalsum's throw. In fact, unlike Street Fighter 4, Dalsum's forward dash doesn't take 9 years to finish.
It's true.
So you'll actually see Jesse go for forward dashes in the throw a couple times.
He doesn't get the link, though, unfortunately for him.
All right,
wow.
Crush counter. Okay.
So good damage, gets out of the corner for sure.
And that is the important part right there. You got to get out of there.
Look at his pressure, high, low, maybe? No, he just stays up close. Wow, looking for medium kick.
But no cancel off the target combo.
Plus 21 on the approach.
There we go. And
Tech
look
was
at this.
there, but the insistent play by Chris. He knows he needs to get in. He knows he has the tools right now to do it.
And you see how fast, like we've talked about Ken's corner carry ability on hit, but even just on block, he shoved Jesse all the way into the corner.
Very important slide to escape. And Chris coming in, yes. Now, the teleport is an escape option, technically, for Dalsum. It's invincible to hits as he starts it up. But the recovery is so bad, and the backwards movement is just not very far. So on reaction, many players can punish.
And you know what? Look, Ken's going to do those. Ken players are going to do the little jab uppercut to try to hit limbs. Because if he misses, the punishment might be at most, what, 2 stand roundhouses from that range, you know?
Dashed up, and he looked, I think, for a Dragon Punch there. It didn't come.
All right.
Jesse getting out.
Yeah, using the V reversal.
Still cooking, though. Still cooking.
Yeah, you can see that gray life building up. Look at that big chunk. That's like maybe 150 damage right there.
Right. If it gets taken off now, yeah, it's significant. Look at that. That's much closer to a life lead than before.
That's 1 stand fierce, but more like 2 stand fierces.
Oh, that's an unsafe spot. Not punished. And then the target combo not punished either. 2 big misses.
Now, you might have been just expecting him to throw out the EX Fireball to make that target safe, and it didn't come out. And Jesse was unprepared to punish that properly. But there you go. Chris Tatarian is going to take game number 1.
There were moments in there that were control from Jesse, but there were lots of opportunities, I think, for both players to have gotten a little bit more than they did.
Oh, okay. So far, I really like the mobility of Jesse, and that is definitely one of his strengths as a Dalsum player. He's very mobile and very kinetic. He likes to keep moving. He doesn't like to stand still in one place. But you see right there, Chris just got 1 combo, has him in the corner, and already Jesse down about half life. Jesse just... So basically what Dalsum is trying to do, yes, there it was right there, slid under the jump. And that's what Dalsum players do once they get in the corner. They're so good at just looking at how to get out of the corner. That's like mission number 1 for Dalsum players.
Yeah, I love that. That's almost a whiff punish to come in there after that stand strong.
All right.
No more view reversal, so he can safely put that out without fear of it.
Right. But see, this is what I mean. Jesse, very aggressive. You see, he just teleported right in there, and again, just teleporting in there.
That's a frame trap. You mentioned that faster dash. The very late Gale into dash toward, that actually leaves him with a nice frame advantage situation for himself. But Jesse, I think, was looking for something in the way of wake up from Chris. Chris took advantage of that. Very buttonsy from Chris right now. He's seen those mediums work out a couple of times, although Jesse has poked between medium and roundhouse and gotten the counter hit combo.
Yeah, it's pretty risky for Jesse to keep hitting those standing medium kicks. Like I said, it's, you know, it's very likely that Chris may just go for a uppercut in between.
It's something you just have to live with as a Dalsum player. You have to pick those moments. If you're not going to zone with a button, then you're going to lose for sure. You might lose if you zone with a button and you get hit, but if you don't do it, you're definitely dead.
Right.
Oh,
yeah,
big news.
damage. He's going to use the EX? No, he just goes for the setup, and he gets it. Beautiful stuff. Chris, seeing that fireball, thinking, that's not going to land on me. I'm close enough to be able to get under there. So you get a little aggressive. He slides you right into it. That's the setup.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's one of the things that makes this match so tough, is that Ken V skill. It's just like designed to be anti-Dalsum.
Yeah, the run, the EX dive kick, you know, he has some really strong tools for sure. V-trigger moves him very far forward advantagely. Oh, fierce! And great job by Chris. Perfect timing on that jump, keeps himself safe. Finds an opportunity, no combo out of it. He's looking for those confirms.
All right, so
from the front.
Yeah, thought he was going to get out of the corner, so that's the trick. And try to wait. You see him do the delayed meaty jab. Wow, what a throw.
I wonder what that was from Chris, too. Did he think that was going to cross up? Was he looking for Tatsu?
Oh, no, he just gets in on the jump medium kick. Good jump timing from Chris, and he's going to take game number 2. And you can see here, I mean, like, Jesse's putting up a really good fight. He's taken it. They've both been 2-1 in terms of rounds. But, you know, if you keep losing 2-1...
Yeah,
you know, if you win a third of the rounds, you're going to get 10-0'd.
Right.
Okay, trying to stop the run. Gets him, confirming to the flame.
Oh, interesting choice.
Yeah, and then see, and that's the thing. Like, it's kind of like how you were saying, throwing out that standing medium kicks. Like, Jesse's very aggressive. He likes to teleport in.
Oh, man. Goes for the stun and the reset right there. The one to keep him closer, not the one from farther away with the stand roundhouse. And now, yeah, you see Chris was looking for it. That was a Hail Mary attempt.
And those teleport ins from Jesse, a lot of times they're not safe. They're risks. But if he doesn't do it, then Ken is just going to be able to keep walking in and not have to think about it.
Such good movement forward from Chris right there.
Crush counter is going to get the juggle, yep. Now stuck in the corner again. How does Jesse get out of there? And you can
found it. Oh! Right through, though.
Yeah, and again, there's that.
Look at this fight. beautiful. I love the timing on the shorts, and he takes the risk. As you said, you have to move at some point. He was just hoping that Ken would be whiffing a button or a run at the same time.
Sometimes you might even just be willing to take that stand jab punish,
Right.
but, you know, Chris got the meaty right afterwards.
Oh,
That's
punishable, yes!
All right, he gets good
We seen
punish.
one on the board. No, he
Oh!
missed it. That was supposed to be a teleport.
Yeah. Oh,
A
gets
miss,
under.
I think,
wow.
to Chris, though.
Oh, but a beautiful teleport timing for Jesse. And he's going to take game number 3. All right,
Nice.
good stuff. And he took it 2-0
Yeah,
as
he
well.
did.
So in this situation right now, yeah, they're actually even in rounds.
Yeah, right.
But Chris definitely is up 2-1 right now.
Zoning here. Yeah, I love this move. The movement
Yeah.
underneath things.
And yeah, just good defensive awareness and reactions from Jesse to be able to get under that fireball. Oh. But again, Chris, you can see there's really no reason for Chris to change his game plan right now. He's just going to be playing this way. And to be honest with you, I really doubt we're going to see really much change
No, that's
during
how
the
he
course
has to be.
of this.
He has to be doing this stuff. Oh, he found the button after the medium kick. Typically, Jesse has poked there first with the
Right.
crouching jab and gotten the counter hit, but he was late.
And that's, you know, as a Ken player, you're going to count on that. You see them, we see Ken players do that all the time. Stand medium kick into back strong, and it works.
Yeah. Jesse, the jab was there, not enough. Still harassing his Chris. I love that spacing he tries it from.
Gets out of there, but an uppercut. Yeah, from Jesse's going to catch him out of that delay on landing.
Oh,
what
perfect timing! Into pressure from the front. Jesse on the back foot.
Oh, got him on the forward dash, and Cookin stayed on the same side. And yeah, you see Chris just back off. He doesn't want to stand on that, but
It's still there.
lost all that gray health now. Oh, God, gets a forward dash in the middle of that. Oh, good blocks from Jesse, and
Yeah,
he gets
Jesse
out
getting
a
some space
little
for
bit.
himself. He was feigned it.
Oh, no, he touched the button. He hit that standing medium kick. Every button from Dalsum is basically just opening yourself up to get jumped in like that, and that's why the Dalsum life is a hard one.
It is a hard one. I mean, it's not a terrible one. He's not a terrible character in this game, but it's a hard one in the sense that if you're making the right decisions, then it's okay, but you can really just make one or two and you're dead.
Yep, it's hard out there for a sim. And now trying to apply that pressure. Oh, back medium punch, but you know what? Too far for the target combo to connect. Ooh!
Sometimes as sim, you just got to give up those punishes.
Yeah.
You'd wish to get more, but you just got to you got to get what you can get.
And you can see every time Jesse is scared to touch a button, Chris is finding those moments to forward dash and just get a free approach.
I really like that from Chris. That empty jump was real cute. Slightly mistimed. I think he's looking for the auto
Oh,
confirm.
yeah. Invincible EX uppercut just goes right through the flame. Okay. He let the back medium punch come out and whiff punished it because he knows that Ken's like, oh, what a block!
The movement was at the right time this time. Look at all that gray life. Not much life for Sim, but if he finds a hit, if he finds just a couple of hits, he can get in there.
Oh, but here comes that air hurricane, which is so scary to deal with.
Okay, he did take off some life.
Oh,
Wow, but back strong of all things.
yeah.
With the counter hit, what was it out of?
Not sure, but that's definitely a panic button from Ken players, you know. But it's not the fastest button.
No, it's not.
So. Oh, wow. I think Chris just reacted to the teleport and hit Fierce on his way up and caught him out of the teleport. Gets him with the uppercut. And great blocks from Commander Jesse and back medium kick.
Fierce.
Wow.
Looking really good right now is Chris. And he,
yeah,
it
gets him.
was not the right
oh,
time.
he
We
didn't spend the
it.
meter.
Right, surprising.
That should have been the stun, but you know what? He's going to get it anyway, and he's... Because he didn't spend the meter on the EX uppercut, we get fancy time finishes into critical art.
Right.
And you can see there, Jesse now, hand on his... I mean, he would have his hand on his chin, but he can't quite reach it because there's so much
somewhere there.
beard in the way. You
Yeah, he
know?
wants a little bit of time to think about this. It's not, look, it's not going that well for him. It's not going too dissimilarly to how this matchup tends to go, where Ken has a lot of tools to get in, like we mentioned. The run is there, the fireball as a way to approach behind is there, the air EX Tatsu. The character just has a lot of things, and when he's up close, the damage is very strong.
All right.
So it's just not easy for Sim to fight. We've seen him backed up Jesse quite a bit.
Gets that jump fierce, but unfortunately too high up. Couldn't combo off of it.
Nice movement. Might be something that he was thinking about. We've seen him try it a couple of times, but to bring it out so quickly right there makes me think that's
You know, I think he thought that Jesse was going to teleport when he ran forward like that, which is why he ate that jump fierce on the way down. Oh,
yeah,
gets out of
again,
there.
great timing on that.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Stuffing the fireball.
Okay, Chris with the very fast option of a zone.
Oh, crush counter.
No confirm?
Yeah, that's right. Usually that's confirmed right into the
Look
run.
at this. Look at this.
Oh,
No!
Oh, good patience from Jesse, and he gets
slide
out.
out,
Oh no, thrown right back in there, and now close to stun. But Jesse's gonna get the V.
Yes, just build space for himself. I really like the choice. Even on that, yeah.
Oh yeah, big damage because of all that gray health that he built up.
That actually hit Ken out of the trigger, though. Oh, I guess he hadn't started up the actual projectile hitting frames.
Ooh, it's a little too far for that throw.
No.
Gonna slide twice to get under
We're seeing
there.
Jesse very hesitant to anti-air.
Yeah. Well, that's the benefit of Ken. Having that air Tatsu makes it really hard.
Look at that. The whiff punishes are available.
Oh!
Can Jesse find one last hit? I love Chris right now, though. He's staying at a perfect range. Ah,
Wow,
okay.
great reaction and great use of the roundhouse slide to make sure that that reached far enough. Ken's fireball, of course, not the fastest. Definitely has more recovery than most of the fireballs in the game. So Jesse able to react and slide under there. Trying to get to his game two. Chris already up 4-1.
That 4-frame back strong is figured in so often. Oh, a little far. Chris willing to spend the V reversal to try to get something going again. Love it.
Oh, nice.
He waited. I mean, so typically after that setup, Sims do the stand fierce just to get something.
No crush counter on that. Oh, he just tried to finish him off, but that wasn't going to be enough on the trade.
There it is. Movement back.
Yeah, with the stand light kick. All right, so Commander Jesse now closing the gap a little bit. It's 4-2. Again, whoever wins this will represent SoCal, and then after this we'll have the NorCal versus NorCal players fighting each other.
Right.
And the winner of that will go up against the winner of this.
Love that run timing. That was so good in between those buttons.
But man, Jesse is so good at finding that teleport right when...
Oh, bad news. Yeah, it's probably supposed to have been backwards teleport. Chris taking advantage of it well.
Oh, okay, he's going to be able to get the double crouch fierce combo. Yep, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, look at the mix-ups are working right now. No.
Wake up uppercut.
He wanted to go full Herald, but no dice.
Oh, no buttons from either player after the stand medium kick. Interesting.
Oh, again?
Okay.
He was really hoping that Fireball would hit, but no.
Jesse being a lot more aggressive on the defense there, trying to keep Chris out as much as
That
possible.
range was perfect for Ken.
And you see the whiff on the stand fierce gave Ken 2 dashes in. What? What?
Okay.
And I'm just sitting here and I see this smile on Julio's face right now. He just has this smile on his face.
That character is pretty damaging. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good character.
I was all talking like his round was still going to keep going.
Yeah,
and
right.
then all of a sudden...
Getting that cool max stuff. Look at it. Harassing a lot with back medium punch. Very important. We're trying to confirm it. It's something that we've seen Momochi really bring out. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Is he starting to get the rhythm?
Oh, both of them missing the throw. Nice. Oh, great confirm into the slide so we can get the V trigger. And here we go. Big damage.
At the same time, there was cooking.
Again, missed the teleport. Oh, but
Very
punishes the hurricane. Nice stuff.
So 1-1 in this round. Yeah, there's that underneath movement. Ah, Ken respected it. And the stand jab, love the movement, and immediately it confirmed right into super. He's going to spend it at the start of this round. Has the ability to build it back by the time this one's over. Now view reversal. Oh, he got the bait!
Yeah. Already down to only about 33% life now, just about 25%. Oh, he's going to get the hit. So he's going to be able to get the V trigger out. Commander Jesse's still sitting on a full meter, so any hit could potentially confirm into the critical art.
Question is, how does Commander Jesse make this comeback work? He
Chris
has a character with mix-ups, but he needs so much work first.
Yeah, Chris was playing.
Beautiful timing.
Chris was playing it right. He just backed off and said, you know what? I'm going to let Commander Jesse try to be a little overly aggressive. You know, let him get comfortable trying to get on some offense, and then all of a sudden I'll just turn it around on just 180 on a dime, and then all of a sudden go on offense.
Right. So Chris trying to move forward, trying to bulldog is what we call this, walking forward and blocking.
Okay.
Again, a little late.
Jesse's mobility is so good, but like I said, you can dodge like 9 times and then Ken gets you the 10th time and then you just lose all your life.
Right. Oh, love space.
And then the back throw into the corner.
That's done. Not quite. Next hit. This is so dangerous.
Oh, you know what? He's still not quite safe yet.
Right.
Okay, now he should be okay from the stun, but...
Chris puts himself into the flames, but it's worth it. Just like that. Completely other side of the stage. Wow, very
did he
late.
Crash at the last second.
I just don't know, yeah. It wasn't a counter hit, so yeah, he wasn't doing something.
Looked like, because it looked like Jesse was standing up when he got hit by that. Good teleport, but again, a little too high up.
That's so nice. Typically, he'll do a jump back jab, and that's what Chris was looking for, too. The low stand fierce is what did it.
Oh, again, just at the perfect distance to punish that dive kick.
Chris's awareness is very good right now.
I mean, it can also... Oh, he got him with the throw bait.
Yes. He's really a mix-up away from doing this. If he can find something. Yeah. Oh, too far. Now, can Jesse get out from the front? Big time frame advantage.
Oh,
really?
Didn't walk back far enough, and here we go. I mentioned that early on. Commander Jesse likes to go for the dash and the throw.
Oh, the wait, just in case of teleport or super. And that is games 2-0 in that game.
So game 8 going to Chris Tatarian. He's up 6-2. Again, this is a tough order for Jesse here. This is a hard matchup to deal with.
And in tournament, of course, it's 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5. And so something that's a tough matchup is more plausibly done in that kind of a situation when you have fewer games. In a longer set, the penalties of a bad matchup and the benefits of a good one will more often come into play.
Yep. Jesse willing to trade that stand fierce with the fireball.
Nice, there you go. He got that. Oh, beautiful stuff.
Okay.
Now Chris is on the ropes. He's almost stunned. Can he play it? Can he play patiently? Well, he found the movement.
Oh! But fortunately for Jesse, never mind.
Great punish.
Actually, just was fortunate and then got hit immediately.
Jesse just backing off. Yes, he was looking for it. Anvil was there.
There it is, the crouching light punch. Gonna take that round.
So seeing some good stuff out of Jesse in that game, that round.
Yeah,
Very
a little
nice.
too slow, yeah.
I like that Chris is willing to back up sometimes. He doesn't always need to move forward. Oh, the patience! He's established that he has tricks out of that, and I'm sure Chris already knows anyway.
And he really wants to get that stun. You see him chasing down, and he gets it. Misses the jump attack, but you know what? Still gets the rest of the combo.
Oh, he wanted some cool stuff. Oh, here comes Chris, though.
All the way into the corner, and just like that, almost down to 50%.
Yes, Chris had advantage there. Jesse knew it. Jesse finds the opportunity.
And gets the fierce. All right.
Look at that.
All right, so there you go. At game 9, it is going to be 6-3 in favor of Chris Tatarian. And we're going to take a quick break right now. But again, so far it is 6-3 right now in favor of Chris Tatarian. Again, it is a pretty tough matchup for him to deal with. But,
yeah, it is. I mean, I don't want to make this too much about the matchup. It's about the players, of course, and the players choose their characters. There's no obligation that you pick a rough matchup for yourself. But I do really like a lot of what Chris is doing so far. I like his spacing. I like that he's willing to back up and he knows he can go back in. I feel like he's been playing it really well, and of course taking advantage when he finds opportunities. Yeah, looking really, really good so far. And it's tough for Jesse, of course, but I like some of what he's been doing. He's been trying to find pokes. He's been trying to turn the mix-ups on here and there. And it has worked to some degree. That mobility has worked to some degree, but not exactly as he needs it to. And so we're going to go down to James and talk with Jesse a little bit about what's been going on.
Hey, I'm sitting here with, I'm standing here with Commander Jesse. Of course, this is going to be a very tough matchup for you. I mean, we've been talking about that a lot. What is your take on the Dalsum Ken matchup?
I think it's a pretty intense matchup. I mean, I have to be very careful about what Ken does in terms of approaching and being able to open me up. So I know that any one hit can lead to huge damage, so I have to be very careful about picking my spots.
All right, well, so far, you're down 3-6 right now, right? Do you feel like you're kind of where you expected to be after 9 games, or were you hoping to be a little bit closer right now?
I mean, I was hoping to be closer than what I am right now. I'm hoping that maybe I can kind of make some adjustments going forward and then try to control the pace a little bit. And I feel like if I can do that, I can probably bring myself back into the game.
So you won this last game coming into this just now. So do you feel like there was any significant adjustments that you made, or is there anything that you're keeping your eye on from that game?
I just have to kind of be careful of when he has me in the corner and he starts kind of shimmying me a bit and then looking for that kind of opening. I feel like if I keep my eyes peeled for things like that, then it might be easier for me to keep him out.
And do you see anything that Chris is doing right now? Do you see any changes in his play that you're trying to prepare yourself for, or is it just pretty much straightforward anti-Ken fight right now?
Yeah, I think it's just me trying to keep Ken out and then being aware of some of the things that he's trying to exploit from me. So I think I just have to kind of be more careful and keep my eyes open.
All right, well, we're going to see the rest of that match coming up after this. Of course, again, Chris Tatarian is up 6-3, so we'll be right back with the rest of this match. But that, I mean, that's the thing. That's Jesse's style, though. Like, you like going in. Right. Hill here on ESL. Thanks for tuning in. We are in the midst of the SoCal match.
Yeah, so we had a little bit of a break there. The players got some time. They actually requested that.
Yeah,
to have a little break right there. And I think that's nice. You know, 9 games we've already played, 6-3. And that, I think, is a pretty good time to take a little bit of a breather and think about things.
Right.
Think about what you can do better if you're Jesse, or if you're Chris. Kind of think about, you know, what you have been doing well. You want to keep that up. But you also think, well, what are the potential counters that we could be seeing out of Jesse's play, and what am I going to do to get ready if that kind of stuff happens?
Right. And, you know, in a longer set, you know that you could experiment a little bit early on, try to figure things out. You know, I mean, it was probably kind of a strange question to ask, like, oh, were you expecting to be down this low, or if you were hoping it was closer? It could be one of those things that, you know, he's just experimenting, trying to find out what Chris's rhythm is. So, yeah. So if that's the case, then, you know, maybe he's figured something out. Like I said, he won the last game coming into this. So, yeah.
Yeah, he did. And, you know, 6-3, but so far 3 of those victories on Chris's side have been 2-1 rounds.
Right.
I mean, they haven't been blow-up rounds.
Exactly. And actually, the 3 that Jesse has won have all been 2-0s, which is interesting.
Yeah. So in terms of rounds, I don't want to slur this up too much, but in terms of rounds, it's pretty even.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, Commander Jesse, you see on the screen right there, did really well at Brooklyn Beatdown. Was just a stacked tournament.
Yeah, beating some of the best players in the world in doing so.
Yeah, and got 7th place there. So
see that little South symbol. All right, well, we're about ready to get back in, I believe. The players look like they're good to go. And we're going to hop back into this thing and see if there are any changes.
Yep. Okay, here we go. All right, that's a trade that Jesse will take. Because if you trade and you get back to full screen, you know, you get this kind of a situation.
Okay, really good stuff. Look at that orange bar underneath Ken. Starting to become an issue.
Oof.
Still an issue. That's rare that Dhalsim can keep that up from full screen like this. He can pressure and get it going, but not from full. And so Chris smartly backs off. Lovely jump time.
Yeah, again, all it takes is that one jump in.
Like I said, I like how Chris plays away and then looks for those moments. That's so good, and it's been very effective. Wow, the jump allows Jesse to move.
Yeah, it's funny because like we've seen Jesse teleport behind Chris when Chris has jumped a couple of times.
Perfect timing. Big damage even from far. And the low, he feigned it.
Good.
Maybe that's what Jesse was looking for before. Knows that's a trick.
Okay,
that
knows
Chris
there's no
brings out.
V reversal available for him. He's going in and he gets him with that jump fierce.
Yeah, that jump fierce hits in an arc around Dhalsim. It's not just that one point.
But like I said, I mean, like Jesse's managed to teleport away from Ken when he's jumped a couple of times. But when he does that, you know, he escapes. That's his reward. Right. When he's touching a button and Chris jumps in, he loses 40% of his life and gets carried to the corner. So
as just happened. In fact, good timing. Good timing on the slide as well. From the front,
yeah.
Always a mix-up between back or front.
Oh, no buttons. Okay, here we go.
Commander Jesse takes advantage. He wanted the EX.
Yeah. I think he wanted the fireball,
He wanted
right?
the fire.
Yeah.
Fire or teleport for sure, not that. Oh, I like that idea a lot from Chris to try to whiff punish something.
Oh, he's in. No juggle. But you know what?
It.
He's going to get the EX. Is that enough? Not quite yet. Still a chance for Commander Jesse, but Chris getting in with that overhead.
Again, I think that might have been what Jesse was looking for, that feigned overhead into low that he did block in the previous round.
All right, trying to throw him right back into the corner.
Great run timing. It's not something that he's been overly nuts about, and that allows the runs to get set up.
All right, from the front
like
again,
I said, that's just the 50-50. You have to... Oh, he backed
that
out.
was
Dangerous against him. Lovely stuff.
All right, so good here, but you know what? Not out of the waters yet. Not
Remember,
by
towards the start.
any stretch.
The hit is there. Chris into the corner now. He is a hit away from doing this.
Oh, EX right through the fireball.
Tried to get out.
Oh, and then the throw, and like I said, just never safe for Dhalsim. Dhalsim never wins until he actually wins. Right there, Chris just getting right back in there, draining all that life in one good momentum sequence there.
I did like a lot of what Jesse did in that game, though. I thought that was well played for the most part from him.
Yeah, it's just those law of averages, right? You can do all these great things with Dhalsim to drain 10, 15% life.
Yeah.
And then Ken does, every time he does something great, he gets 25 to 40% life.
Really good stuff from Chris right there. Jesse ended up taking advantage, but I love the traps he's looking for. Gets away, but like I said, you really just can't do that. It doesn't require an option select to deal with. You can just see it and move forward as the Ken player.
Oh, he stood up and got hit by the slide. And then Jesse, I think, wasn't ready to react to it, so he didn't combo off of that fireball. Oh,
nice.
Beautiful.
Jab, anti-air. He waited for it.
And delayed that crouching fierce just a little enough to get Chris to touch a button. Commander Jesse taking that first round. Yeah, it's really just been about a 2-to-1 pace right now. Chris has always been able to maintain just about double wins of Jesse. So Jesse needs to rattle off a couple of games in a row.
Really nice. I love that spacing on the slide right there. The block necessary at that point. Sim can no longer anti-air. No punish on the back. Strong fierce.
Yep. Oh, there it is. So there's a little bit of Jesse's aggressiveness maybe coming back to haunt him. In fact, while we were on break, Julio was talking to Jesse and was saying, like, you're teleporting in too much, you know? But again, I just feel like that's Jesse's style, and that's what he wants to do.
Well, it's tough to play as Sim without moving forward at all, because you're just going to get caught in the corner if that's the case.
Gets hit out of the air, which is way better than getting hit off the ground.
Jesse wants that back medium pick so badly, and you know what? The timings from Chris just never let him get it.
Right.
The back strong fishing, the stand fierce was there, the medium kick, all those tools can keep Dhalsim in place.
Nice, caught him with the sweep in the run cancel, so right in his face off of a sweep.
Oh, yes!
Confirmed into critical art. just going to start this round. Look at this, 85 seconds, and Dalsum already down over 50%.
Yeah, rather than the Fierce. That's so good. He has been mixing up that up-close pressure very well. EX used. And very nice call out, but then he tried to take the risk, and it just didn't pay off. And now anything's going to do it. Oh? Can he fight? Just playing patiently, and it's so smart. This game plan for him is so smart.
Oh, no! I think that was supposed to be a flame, maybe, or I don't know, because I mean, obviously they're completely different directions around the controllers, so.
But EX did you see, maybe hard to know.
But you saw that, right? So Commander Jesse did standing medium kick 4 times and pushed Ken about 2/3 of the screen away, and Ken did 1 V skill, and he was right back in.
Yeah, well, that's
right next to him.
Nice reactions.
Oh,
Chris, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of damage, a lot of stun. He's a mix-up away. Okay, the grab instead.
Yeah,
overhead.
Goes for the overhead. And that...
Oh, he saved the bar.
Okay. Yeah. Looked like he was trying to bait out the uppercut. So that was smart from Chris.
And it is, I think you're starting to see that Jesse knows he needs to play this differently. And so we're seeing some different timings out of him, different mix-ups out of him. And Chris has been ready for all of that. I like that idea a lot from Chris. That's, of course, safe on block at that range. Again, so good to use that fireball as a way to move forward. Ken, even from that far distance, can set up the approach.
Ooh, okay, finally gets him. That was the 3rd back strong, and he gets the confirm. And again.
He's looking for that back strong to hit and then continue the combo. On block, he's consistently not done anything out of it, which is what he needs to do. That's not easy.
Oh, and he gets the confirm, the Momochi confirm low forward into critical art. And there it is. Chris Tatarian's going to go up 9-3. As I mentioned, it had always been like a 2-1 pace, but now it looks like things are all going Chris's way. He is 1 game away.
Yeah, he's starting to run away with it a little bit. I really like some of the timings he's brought in with the up-close pressure. And I think what I'm most impressed by, like I said, is his ability to go from the far range to right up close very quickly and suddenly, and at moments that Jesse just hasn't scoped. Look at that! Perfect timing. I mean, I like the movement from Jesse, but from Chris, that's really impressive to be able to set that up.
Tried to sweep the standing medium kick just a little late. Oh, no. Just unfortunate distancing, so that flame just missed. And Jesse's still going in.
Oh, that's a really smart Fierce. I can't believe Jesse didn't press a button, but nice work. Move forward. He understood what the angle was going to be there. Oh, yes!
Okay,
oh, no, he didn't spend EX!
Yeah.
And then missed the teleport as well. So some errors there from Jesse, and we've seen this melt before. We've seen it all fall away before.
But a throw tech will definitely be in Jesse's favor. When you get that throw tech, at least you're even across from each other. And that spacing is crucial for Dalsum just to gain that, even that tiny bit of space off of the throw tech. But you can see Chris immediately trying to get back in there. And yeah, you're just going to eat that jump jab, and it's like no big deal. You're not worried about it.
Yeah, Chris, even that. I mean, that's nice damage for Sim. Better than he tends to get in most games, but that's nothing that's going to dissuade Ken from moving like he needs to. Huge damage. Huge stun. Here it comes. Low. Great tech. He found it. And I like Jesse feigning that. That's a really smart idea. Chris getting backwards. No real need to move over that stuff. Lovely block. You know, there's no chip out anymore, so those far flame setups with no life. Oh, that's
that was sick.
Yo, I love that as a whiff punish. That's so good. He
just
got
to gain the distance.
No EX.
Oh, no, that's going to be a punish right there. And that's the biggest problem with the new Dalsum Fireball is he's sitting there for a good chunk of time.
And you have to spend meter to get the horizontal space control. Okay, yes, that's what Jesse was looking to dissuade before, but now is when Chris brings it out. Checking with the stance short for his life right now, for his tournament life. Because this is match point.
Okay. It's looking good so far. But again,
anything out of it, like I said, it's not a forced movement like it used to be.
And you see, even when Chris blocks that back medium kick in the flame, it doesn't push him that far away.
Chris, now he has advantage again. Can he get out?
He is out. But look at this pressure, and wow, Fierce into Hurricane. Confirmed? I'm not sure, but okay. Crucial slide into V-trigger.
Up close now, Ken looking for something.
Oh! But not going to be able to juggle afterwards. Too far away.
Oh!
Oh, and he gets
Yes.
the throw, and that's going to do it right there.
That medium kick prevented Jesse from getting the stand jab anti-air. He was too busy to do it. And that means that was great timing. I mean, throughout that set, I felt like there was really great timing from Chris in terms of knowing when to move forward, with punishing things, not just with what you expect with hits, but with the V-trigger, with the fireball into setup, with the roundhouse hurricane, moving forward very consistently. And when he was doing that, very consistently, he had good results. And so Chris Tatarian, EVB Chris, takes it over Commander Jesse in what ends up being pretty convincing fashion. For a while there, it seemed like Jesse was starting to catch up, seemed like it was about 2-1 in games, but Chris ends up running away. And now we're going to have words from both players with James.
All right, Jesse. So for a while, it seemed like you were keeping up like at a 2-1 pace, but then Chris kind of pulled away at the end there. What do you think happened with that?
I think I was trying to figure out the spacing and the way he was approaching. I thought I had it down, and I would do pretty well for a while, I felt like. And then as soon as it kind of got away from me, I was trying to bring it back, and I felt like I was chasing at that point. So I guess I kind of spent the rest of the set trying to bring it back.
No, it was interesting. It was during that first break. I saw Julio actually, mentioning that he felt like maybe you were teleporting in too much, and I know that's part of your style. But I mean, can you talk to people about why you choose to continue to be as aggressive as you are?
I just try to stay solid with Dalsum as long as I can. I try to play defense. I try to keep away. But I feel like if Dalsum gets stuck in that pattern where he's just constantly on the defense, it only takes like one opening for Dalsum to kind of start cracking, and then if you let that be the way that the game's going to be played out, I feel like that won't last. I feel like at some point there has to be some sort of combination between solid defense and good offense, and I feel like if I can combine those two things together, then I can make the character good. He's already a good character, but I feel like I can bring something new.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't think Dalsum, there's some people who are kind of feeling down about Dalsum, but where do you feel like he is right now in terms of I mean, I don't want to put too much adherence on tiers and stuff, but I mean, where do you think he stands in the game?
I think he's a good character. I don't think he's too bad. I mean, I know I've heard some people say he was not that great, but I think he's a viable character. I don't know about tiers or where he would land. I mean, there's other really good characters in this game, I feel like, but I think he's still a good character, and he's totally viable in tournament.
All right, so now I'm going to talk to Mr. Chris here, who just took it, was it 10-3, right? So how do you feel about the Ken Dalsum matchup? I mean, I kept, mentioning that early on you didn't feel like it was great, but now I know Dalsum players are kind of scared of Ken. How do you feel about the matchup?
Well, naturally, as a Shoto player, you just don't like Dalsum, right? Coming from the older Street Fighter games. In Street Fighter 4, Jesse, towards the end of when we were playing, he was owning my soul whenever I played Ken. So that's not to take anything away from him. And in Street Fighter 5, early on, I really did think that Dalsum beat Ken as well, just because naturally I'm just going to think that Dalsum beats Shotos. But I do think that Ken has the favor in the matchup, only because eventually the Dalsum player is going to make a mistake, and if I'm paying attention to the patterns on when he's pressing a button, I can land a couple of mid-screen uppercuts or anything like that can allow me to advance towards him. And the fact that Dalsum doesn't have a reversal allows me to kind of play my game as Ken. So in the neutral, when we're first starting, I think that Dalsum has the slight advantage just because he can keep Ken out. But once I'm able to get a couple of reads on Dalsum, then I'll be able to inflict a lot of damage on him. And so I think it's in Ken's favor.
So, I mean, obviously this is for, King of the Hill, SoCal versus NorCal here. I mean, what can you say about Jesse's improvement here overall in the SoCal scene in the Street Fighter V game? Recently, he just went to ESL and did really well.
I've been telling Jesse ever since I've been playing him that he's godlike, he's an amazing player, and that I wanted to see him perform outside of just Southern California. And you saw how good he did against the Japanese when he went to Brooklyn to beat down. I still think that he has an extremely bright future when it comes to leveling up as a player, and he's already an amazing player, a lot different than F-Champ as well. So I like the fact that both of these players play different styles. Jesse's only going to get better from here on, and then he's just going to hopefully get sponsored one day and be able to go out to more tournaments, fly out to international, show everybody what his Dalsum is made out of.
Now, let's talk about your position here. I mentioned earlier, I talked about a little bit this history of SoCal versus NorCal. We've had great players like John Choi and Vae and, Thomas Sasaki, Tomo, Watson, all these guys, representing the two different sides of California, right? I think I've mentioned to you personally before that I feel like you're kind of one of the best in SoCal. You have an opportunity to represent and maybe carry forth that tradition of having like the strong players. So how much pride do you take in being able to be like one of the top SoCal representatives right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very honored, but it's not just myself in SoCal that helps me like get to where I'm at. Like playing against Jesse, Anton, Brent, all these people help me get to where I'm at. You know what I mean? And I'm not where I'm at because I'm playing against bad players. I just have the advantage of like I just pull it out somehow. You know what I mean? There's a lot of pressure as well whenever it comes to like defending home turf or anything like that. So I mean, it's very humbling. So.
And just in your opinion, what is it about the SoCal scene that makes it so, like, what is your favorite thing about the SoCal scene?
We love to rush down. So, I mean, like, I don't want to just play, 99 seconds all day. Eventually, I want to get in. And even Jesse, he's from SoCal. He's playing Dawson, and he wants to get in as well. So we have that intuition to want to get in.
All right, well, great job to both of these players. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to move to the NorCal side of things. We are going to see Julio Fuentes going up against LPN, so stay tuned.